The move that I use more than any other move in card magic is called the double lift. The double lift looks like this. So this is their card, King of Diamonds. When I put this on top, I'm turning 2 cards over as 1. I say, oh, this is your card. They say, no, it's not. When I put it down, it's going to be the right card. That's a double lift, and it's one of the most used principles in card magic. In order to do the double lift, if you pull 1 card off of the deck, you push the next card in your left hand over, get a pinky break. This card goes on top. Now, my middle finger comes inside. I use this finger and this finger to kind of keep them from splitting. And my thumb grabs, and I just turn it like this. And it's really 2 cards lined up perfectly looking like 1. So the 2 cards are lined up right here. And again, I do the same thing, hold here, these 2 fingers here, middle finger underneath, thumb on top, and I turn it back. And now when I put it down, it's a different card.
So we're teaching 2 things here. We're teaching a double lift, but we're also teaching a break. And holding a break could be anywhere in the deck. It could be above the first card, the second, third, fourth. It could be in the middle of the deck, correct? In some tricks that we'll teach. But here's the important thing about the break. I'm going to push 1 card, and then when I retract my thumb and get the break, I see just a lot of amateurs will get it wrong at first, that the break will be seen in the front. Mm-hmm. So what's happening is this card at the very front is flush. It's closer, and only towards the end, the break comes in. So it's everywhere else, it's flush, it's on the top of the deck, and only here, this corner, which we can hide if I'm standing this way, you don't see it. If I'm showing you this side, you will see it. So it's important that after you push, is to get that finger to press the card down and keep the break there. And that's going to be applicable to a lot of breaks.
You also don't want people behind you at the wrong angle, so that's
you have to be aware of your surrounding. Yeah. So now pay attention to the top card, which is going to be here the whole time. And again, remember, the 2 of hearts, if I place it right, whatever we do, it's important that all of this sequence, for example, after you turn the card over, you can turn this way, is a lot of people do, that's another mistake, they forgot that gravity exists and they do this. No, let the card just flick over. And that is a very good sell for a double lift. So you do that, and then you flick it, and you let it, now it sells it as a single card, and is not as a double. So it's this,
you
this,
can also
and
grab it and here. This is a little more complicated, but if you use these 2 fingers,
as a guide,
you can kind of keep the card from separating, and then you turn, and by doing that, it's a little bit more free.
There's lots of different techniques to do this. A very simple double lift is to reach over, and your thumb in the back is going to lift up at that break, and your middle finger at the front of the deck is going to grab those 2 cards together, and you can literally...
like a book, like open a book.
Turn them up, and I'm, holding the ends, keeping the cards squared between my thumb and second finger, just like that.
I want to add a few things to this because it's a simple move, but very easy to do badly. And it's what I'm about to say is probably applicable to any move we're going to teach. If your body tenses and you're holding the card like super tense in this, and you say, look, here's the King of Hearts, your body can telegraph that you're doing something dicey, that you're not supposed to be doing. So let's assume you have the card here, say this card is the most important card, and this is another way, I guess, to flip the card is to come from this side and flip it like that. Probably you will need more practice. Make sure that you're squared here and that the break is really only in the back right corner, and then you flip it over. But now I want to point out one more thing. If you think about it, this is kind of the flaw of the move, that you need to turn it over flush and to take it again, which in the dreamland, you don't need to do that, correct? So my advice is basically to, as soon as you flip it over, to thumb it off. So the duration between, here's your King of Hearts, and it goes into the center, is very minimal. And therefore, we don't have this scenario. King of Hearts, now I'm going to put it in the center. Because that little hesitation, that extra second is going to make them question, hold on, is that really the king? So I think it's better to do king of hearts and immediately thumb it off. It's almost as if it never lived back on the top of the deck.
Yeah, because in truth, if you were going to show this card, you could do it like that. That would make sense.
It will
So
make it like middle.
it would be natural, and this is the real version. So if you were going to show this card, you would show it. You would turn it back down and put it. So you want it to be, but you probably, if you were going to show it, you wouldn't hold forever and then put it down. This is jumping ahead, but if you were going to take a card and turn it over and ask somebody to put their initials on the card.
Should I?
Yeah, if you could put your initials on it. Right, and then you took the card and put it in the middle, and now it's back on top.
It's great. So it gives you a reason to
Gives you a
hold
reason
it
to turn it face up and hold it so they can see it, yep.
So if we want to apply a little ruse here, that's psychological, and I said to you, sign this card, and then I flip it over and I give it a little blow to dry the ink. I'm blowing the wrong card. But people now think this is the 10, and then you place it in the center.
I will show another technique that relates to that, and that's using his thumb to feel the cards. There's another way you can do it using the right hand. And again, this is just for demonstration. Really, getting a break and lifting is probably the most direct that you can pick up sooner than later. But another technique is to hold the cards in your left hand, if you're right-handed, and your right hand comes over and your first finger can hit the side of the deck. And if you see what I'm doing here,
So the cards are a little beveled.
they're a little beveled, and I'm going to lift up with the pad of my index finger. I lift the top card, and then I press again, and I'm exaggerating it a lot, but you see I can lift those two cards together. So
it's a feel.
yeah, if I come over, I can just lift those. I'll try to get it so you can see there. You lift one and then the other right after it, and then you can turn over those two together. And that's called the instantaneous double lift by Dr. Jacob Daly. Was published in the 1940s in a great book called The Stars of Magic. It's yet another approach.
It's very important to say that after you flip over the card, if you drop these two cards flush, then you need to get ready again, and you can't. If it's face up, you can't take it and do the thing again. So it's important that when you flick it over, is to hold it in such way, and this is something that you spoke about here, but you can also do it in this side, holding it with the thumb, and these fingers keep it aligned, and also these fingers help. But you see, I'm not putting it flush on top of the deck yet, because I'm only showing it, and I'm making sure it's squared, and now I'm going to turn it over. Because if you do that, and it's now you need to get ready again.
Asi, show what you're doing, because that's yet a third version. So just to recap, we have the lift from a break, the turnover, and the turnover, and then you have a slightly different turnover.
So I come from here. So the back of my hand is up. The thumb goes underneath in the break into the break, and then I just flick it over. So now my hand is doing this. I flick it over.
And that
and I don't
a bend.
and I
You're
keep
like
it
a
up.
concave bend in it or something.
Exactly.
Right.
And I keep it like, I wanted to sell it as a single card, and then I flick it over, and now I can take it off.
So I think a really good starting one is show the card, push, get a pinky break.
And that happens
small,
here, correct?
Make sure that no one can see from behind. This you don't want to show, so it's from the front. And then you show this card, this goes on top, and then you can either do this method or you can do a turnover, which is like this. Obviously, these fingers have to keep the card even, and then it goes right back, and now you have a different card.
This is a great effect to start with a double lift. Let's say you already have your pinky break above those two cards, and you can show this. So there's the 5 of hearts. It's on top of the deck, but I'm actually going to put it closer to the middle of the deck. I'm going to use my thumb. So that's about 26 cards down from the top. I'm going to push that
28.
28, thank you, Asi. I'm going to push that 5 of hearts in, and when I reach up again, it jumps right back to the top.
Well, what's also interesting is, your grab is the same. So
You're consistent.
That's right.
It's not like suddenly you're switching from this type of grab to a different.
This.
That's right. So it was first a double lift. So here's the double lift, and then it looks like I'm putting the 5 into the middle, but really it's the indifferent card. And then using that same grip, I'm actually lifting a single card now, and it's the 5 back to the top. Now, one thing you notice from some other effects we've done is that, well, this could be a duplicate 5 of hearts, and I could have put that in the middle. So a great version for this, which leads to one of the other classic tricks that we do, is having somebody sign their name with a pen on this in the moment, so there is no way that you could have a duplicate card. It's actually the double lift, and their signed card comes to the top.
And a great instant use, once again, is we know their card is a jack of spades, so you don't show them that it's at the bottom. The jack of spades is here. Turn the deck towards yourself, mix them as though you're showing something. Say, would you be impressed if this is your card? They say yes. You turn over the 10 of diamonds, acting like you think it's their card. And now their instinct might be to do that, so you bring their attention here quickly and say, oh, what was your card?
And they say...
Jack of spades.
They say jack of spades.
And then that, and then...
Very, very strong trick, and the beauty of it is how direct it is. Sometimes you have exactly 30, 40 seconds to impress somebody, and it's so direct. Take a card, put it back. Is this your card? No, it's not. Put it in your hand. Boom, now it is.
So it's a very fast, impromptu, get the attention right away.
And super powerful.
And it's also nice because it seems like you were wrong.
So here's a classic of magic that I think utilizes that move in a really effective way. Can you say the word stop whenever it feels right?
Stop.
Which one? This one or that one?
That one.
Take whatever you want. Show it to David.
Show it to them, yeah. Great.
And place it back. So we know you could have taken any card, and it is a free choice. If I do that, you'll see that one card in the deck changed color. Yes?
Yeah.
This is the only card in the whole deck that changed color. For the first time, I want you to tell me the card you thought of.
2 of spades.
The 2 of spades, and this is the 2 of spades. And remember, the only red card in the whole deck, yeah? Let's do it again. David, you do it this time. Say the word stop whenever it feels right.
Stop.
Is this good, or should I keep going?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Memorize it?
8 of clubs,
Okay. So that goes here, and you'll see, just like before, the only card in the whole deck that's now red is your card, the 8 of clubs. Now, most, unlike you, most people would say, I don't see it. They'll keep saying, I don't see it. Say, no, it's the, and I don't look at it. I say, the only red card. And you go, but it didn't, I don't see. Because they're looking here.
Yeah, they think this is a 2 of
and
spades.
say, hold on, I said the only red card. That is the only red card, which is a nice reveal, right? A right moment, because this card just changed.
Mike Ossie said this is a classic effect in magic called Chicago Opener or Red Hot Mama.
Yes, exactly. So whatever the dupe is, dupe on the face, but it's an odd color, it goes at the very bottom of the deck. So 8 of clubs will be paired with the 8 of clubs above it. So this is the scenario. 8 of clubs, 8 of clubs. Yeah?
And that's the only thing you need is just
to match
one card from another deck. Obviously, it doesn't have to match. It could be any card from another deck is fine.
Exactly. Now, I want to keep the trick consistent. So I can have a card selected like that, but later I'm going to do the Hindu force. So I want to have both cards selected the same way. There's a bit of a discrepancy, but I want to keep it as close as possible. So do me a favor, just say stop.
Stop.
Which one? Take one, whichever you stopped on,
This
or
one?
the next one, doesn't matter. Memorize it, and I stay in this position because my red card and the dupe are here. So now I can just place it above his selection. In this case, it's the 6 of diamonds, and I place it right above. So that positions the only red card above your selection, and it's going to act as a dual purpose. We'll see in a second. So just to understand, 8 of clubs is here. That's an 8 of clubs with the odd back, and this is your selection, the first selection, 6 of diamonds. So now, all I need to do is to show you, look, all the cards are the same except one. As soon as they see it, by the way, they understand that this is a moment, correct? So all you need to do is to cut here, which brings the 8 of clubs to the bottom, and then this one is an 8 of clubs, and this one is the selection. So just like before, I'm going to take it off, say, remember, you could have taken any card, and meanwhile, I push it, and I get ready for my break, and I place it back, which is a good moment to say, and for the first time, tell me your card.
6 of diamonds.
Then I'm going to come here and grip the card tight so it doesn't split, and turn them over as one. So here it is,
double lift.
a double lift. And which one you said?
6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds it is. And just like before, I flick it over and thumb it off. As if this is out of the game. I don't need it anymore. And I say, okay, let's try it again. Now, it doesn't matter the 6 of diamonds is here. What I care about is that the 8 of clubs is on the bottom. And I'm going to do the
And if you say we're going to do it again with the right speed, you might stop them from wondering anything further. Because now they're like, oh, he's going to do that again?
Yes.
How is that possible?
Exactly. Let's do this again. Say the word stop.
Stop.
And please memorize this card. Yes?
Yeah.
And now there's going to be only one red card. And again, I try to keep all the attention here and ignore this card. I don't even look at it. So you see, all the cards are the same and only one red card. And they will always look here. I said, no, I said, there's only one red card. And I want him to beat me to the punchline. And, oh, no. And now they conclude, oh, my God, this card changed. And that turns over, and that is the 8 of clubs.
So that's using a Hindu shuffle and a double lift. It's a very strong piece of magic to try.
Yes, I used to perform it all the time, and I still love it.
If you had just a random card that you carried in your wallet at all times, if somebody pulls a deck of cards out, now you can sneak your card into the bottom of the deck, and then it really seems like you did this out of nowhere, especially if they don't know that you're going to do magic or that you're a magician. So if you had one card that was in your wallet so it's not all bent up, and you see somebody has a deck of cards and you put that card at the bottom of the deck, and then you match the 6 of spades with a 6 of spades secretly, so you can do this with their deck, now you're completely ready to go. And when this card is revealed, that's already amazing. Like, where did another card from another deck suddenly appear in my deck?
You know, with the Chicago opener type of effect, you can play with it. So here's another option you could do. Say the word stop, Steve.
Stop.
Take one, doesn't matter.
This one.
Sure.
Okay.
Because the first one doesn't matter which one he takes, as long as I put the card that's right here on top. But now, I'm going to say, did you notice, by the way, the card you chose, was that a free choice?
Yeah.
It felt like a free choice, didn't it? I don't know if you noticed.
It wasn't?
Did you notice what it said on the back of the card you chose? Did you? You didn't notice this?
No.
That's so weird because it was so obvious, I thought. There was one card, let me show you.
There's nothing.
There's nothing, but
there.
now I'm going to make it happen.
Now, right with the sharp.
Yes, there you go.
What?
So it says Steve's card. You did not notice it when he chose it, did you? For the first time, what card did you choose?
Ace of clubs.
Exactly, Ace of clubs. And that's Steve's card, obviously.
That's right.
Try again. Say the word stop.
Stop.
Okay, memorize the card.
Okay.
And again, you'll notice that one card says Steve card. Do you see that one card that says Steve's card?
That's the only one I see.
Oh, yeah, that's the only one. And there we go.
Right.
So, but it's not an odd card in the sense of the color, but you can write something. Right. And it will be nice if, let's say, you're ready for this trick, okay, and you do a bunch of tricks for other people, and Steve says at some point, hey, do something for me. Mm-hmm. And now you do it, and it seems like, hold on, he just asked me to do a trick, and it says Steve's name on it. So it's just an added bonus to it.
So I'm going to show you something.